Hello, guys. Let's discuss the current situation in Afghanistan. I would like to throw some light on it. I will be sharing things which you probably don't know, and don't ask me from where I know those things. So, there are a lot of questions which arise uh, after US withdrawal. I'll try to answer that. Uh, I'll try to I'll try to tell my opinion who is the culprit, who is the victim, and who is the beneficiary. So, obviously, the culprit is, to large extent, we can say it's USA, right? I'll tell you why. Say, see, they have a habit of starting a thing and then not ending it, or not keeping it to the right conclusion. They did the same thing in Vietnam. They did the same thing in Iraq, and now they have done the same thing in Afghanistan. They start a thing and they leave it unfinished. And in the process, what they do is they destroy the local habitat, basically. They destroy the local people, they deprive them of a lot of things, right? So the thing is, obviously, the victim is Afghan people here, because basically they are very poor people, right? And these guys came there, the Russians, the US. The problem for Afghan is that they are geographically very strategically placed in the world map. So everybody wants to have a say in Afghanistan. Russia wanted it because they wanted to keep an eye on Pakistan. USA wanted it because they wanted to keep an eye on Pakistan and Russia, and even possibly China. That's one logic. Another logic is that Afghanistan is a very rich, mineral rich country. Not many people know it, that there are $3 trillion worth minerals, rare earth minerals in Afghanistan, which these powerful nations want to exploit, right? So that's the second reason of this whole thing. Now, come to the question, who is Taliban? I see a lot of media news wherein, you know, everybody is uh, everybody is basically uh, everybody is basically uh, trying to keep the Taliban in bad face. I actually only partially agree with them. Taliban are not the demons like people are making out to be, like the media houses are making out to be. They are actually just Afghan people, right? The thing is, USA never, ever, neither USA nor Russia ever had control of whole Afghanistan. I mean, by whole Afghanistan, I mean interior Afghanistan. They had only control of major cities like Kabul, Kandahar, Herat, and few others. So it's just like if somebody invades India and says that I have control of Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, it doesn't mean that whole India is conquered, just the cities. By technical definition, yes, if a capital is conquered, it is believed that the whole country is yours, technically. But in reality, the situation is very different. Taliban was always there in the second tier cities of Afghanistan, in the villages. They were always there. And that's why you see that the demise of this Afghan government after the demise of Afghan government and the running away of their president. That's why suddenly, in just weeks' time, they're all over. Talibanis are all over. They were not dead; they were already there. But it's just that as soon as the U.S. forces left, they suddenly came from villages, from second tier towns to the main towns. That's all which has happened, right? There was always a Sharia law placed in those cities, lower level cities, and in villages of Afghanistan, and is still there, right? So I don't know why media people are so surprised that Taliban has come so suddenly. They have, they were always there. The reasons why they have come so suddenly is simply because the Afghan government has. There are two parties actually here. The U.S. and the Afghan government has betrayed the people of Afghan, Afghanistan basically. Their president has run away, right? US made their intentions very clear long back that we will go away. What was not expected was the sudden demise of the Afghani government. Nobody was expecting that Kayani or Ghani will run away from the situation. And unfortunately, that has happened. But I'm sure that Afghanistan people will find a way. They are resilient people. Ever since they take birth, they the life is struggle for them. It's not cozy, for like us or for US people. Life is cozy, not for them. They live a very tough life, which in turn make these guys very tough mentally and physically. So they will fight it out. Now, the thing is, now the next question is, who is the beneficiary of all this? Beneficiary is the US government because they promised their local people that we will withdraw, so they will get the sympathy vote from the people that you know they have stood to their promise. And moreover, they understood very well that they cannot beat these guys. Because what happens is, when a normal population of a country, however small or economically weak it may be, when they pick up the arms to fight an invader, you can't beat those guys. The army of few thousand or even few lakhs can't beat them, and it's their own den. It's their own den. Russian tried it, US tried it for at least 20 years, and finally they have realized that Afghanis cannot be beaten. And who are Afghanis? What I'm about to say might shock you, but this is the truth. Afghanis are equal to Talibanis. Talibanis are equal to Afghanis. They are no different. They are one and the same people. Why I say this? Because it's a culture. They are in Hindi. There is a Hindi word called Kabila. There is a Kabila system in Afghanistan still now. There are different types of Kabilas. There are thousands of Kabilas in Afghanistan. They fight with each other, but when a foreign invader intrudes them, they unite and fight the invader. That's what they do, and they do it very well without the weapons, or we can say the basic weapon. They fight, right? So, and when they are not fighting, they are simple barber, farmer, shopkeeper, normal people like Justin you, right? So, so that's what happens. So that's what happens, right? So the takeaway from this is that now a lot of people are asking what it will mean for India specifically. See, there are two factions in Taliban. One is pro-India and one is anti-India. But the only good thing we have is that in between Afghanistan and India there is Pakistan. So, and no Pakistani, sorry, no Talibani likes Pakistan. There is no dispute over there because they have a border dispute. They have a Duran land dispute, which has been ongoing since hundreds of years. Afghanis don't accept the Pakistani claim, and Pakistanis don't accept the Afghani claim. So there is a basic mistrust and hate towards Pakistan in Afghanistan. More so because Pakistani actually helped US to invade Afghanistan. So if US is enemy number 1, Pakistan is enemy number 2. Right? So Taliban will avoid, I would say 90% of the Taliban would avoid anything against India. They consider India a friend. There would be, few groups here and there which are anti-India and which will try to trouble them, but our Indian forces are more than capable of dealing with them. As long as there is no Farooq Abdullah and Mehbooba Mufti government in JK, as long as there is, central government rule in Jammu and Kashmir, there should not be any problem. Right now, what will happen to Afghanis people? Now that's a very tricky question. That it actually does not have a immediate or perfect answer. The problem with the Taliban is that they believe in Shariat law and they want to govern Afghanistan via Shariat law. And I'm afraid that's a prehistoric commandment, we can say. And you know, I don't think you can run a country where religious laws. So I only hope that a sense prevails in Afghanistan and they try to run a country, you know, as a proper professional way, like any other country would do. There, there should be finance department, defense, and all these departments should be, ministries should be there. But I am pretty pessimistic about this happening because Taliban, I don't think will do that. They will do try to run the country, you know, as per their wish. So unfortunately, the only bad thing is that the common people of the uh, Afghanistan will suffer. They will continue to live in poverty and despair, and the major Talibani groups will keep on making money. And lastly, I just want to conclude that Talibanis are very straightforward. You don't interfere in our matters, and we will not interfere in your matters. India has played this policy for long, and that's why uh, you don't see, you know, much of repercussions happening on India. So that's my assessment of the current situation. Thank you so much.